It's Simple Soup Sunday, and this evening I am going to be making a cheeseburger soup that I've never made before, but it was recommended by a friend of mine. So here is our ingredient lineup. I am going to be browning up some ground beef. It requires about 4 to 5 slices of bacon. I bought my cheese in a block. I'm gonna shred that cheese, but you can use the pre-shredded cheese, whichever you prefer. About 2 tablespoons of butter. There is some heavy whipping cream, beef broth, and then for the spices, we're gonna be putting in some garlic powder, some pepper, and some paprika, or you can use smoked paprika. I prefer the regular paprika, and also yellow mustard, salt, and then tomato paste. I like buying this tomato paste in a tube because you know how when you open up a can of tomato paste and it can go to waste, you only use just a little bit of it. But I'm going to show you this tube that this one comes in. So there's the tube. So what I'll do is after I'm done using it today, I'll put it in the refrigerator for other recipes I can use it for. But that is our lineup this evening for our Simple Soup Sunday cheeseburger soup coming up. All right, it's time to start cooking. I'll also drop the recipe below in the description for the video. I just shredded that block of cheese. So now it's gonna be time to chop the bacon and start cooking that up. I've got my bacon chopped up and I'm heating up my pot. I'm using a Dutch oven. You can use whatever you have, whatever pot you have that will fit everything into. So I'm gonna add this bacon in and cook that up first. Just cooking up this bacon here. One of the things that I liked about this recipe is it says that you can freeze the leftovers. So I'm hoping to make a big pot, take some for lunch leftovers, and then also freeze some to have in the future. And this bacon is just about done. It's nice and crispy, so I'm gonna take it out and set it on a paper towel to take off all the excess grease here, and then I will be cooking the ground beef next. The bacon is out of the pan and it's just draining here on this paper towel. I'm gonna take the grease out of here and then I'll cook the ground beef next. Okay. I've got the ground beef. I'm just gonna chop that up while it's in this pan and get this cooking. And then the bacon is right there. And the ground beef is cooking away. Still have some pink in there, so I'm gonna let that cook for longer. I pre-measured out the mustard, the tomato paste, and all the spices. I like to do that, so I have to do it individually in a recipe. That's all gonna be going in here next. I'm gonna start putting in the beef broth next. Next up is the heavy whipping cream. This is what's gonna make it super creamy. Stirring that all together. Starting to look more like cheeseburger soup. And next I'm gonna be adding in the cheese. This is really gonna complete it. Cheeseburger soup. Once it melts in here, I'm gonna let it simmer for a little bit and then I'm gonna add the bacon back in. At the end, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna serve with this. See if you can guess. Drop something in the comments if you have an idea about what I'm going to be serving with this soup. The cheese is very nicely all mixed in. I'm gonna let this simmer for a bit before I add back in the bacon. That is simmering quite nicely, and now it's time to add in the bacon. Mix that up. And I'm gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes and then it'll be time to enjoy this very soon. I'm looking forward to this. It's getting colder, fall is here, and soups are just a great thing to have as the weather starts getting cooler and the nights start earlier with it getting dark earlier. So we'll let this simmer and then it'll soon be time to eat. And the soup's been simmering away. It's getting much thicker. And I am going to make the surprise side. So hopefully you left a comment on what you think that might be. That's gonna be coming up next. All right, what I decided to do is I thought it'd be fun with cheeseburger soup to have a typical side dish that goes with cheeseburger. So I am going to put some of these fries in my air fryer and enjoy them with what looks to be an amazing soup. It smells so good in my kitchen. I'm preheating the air fryer up and pretty soon I'll be adding the fries in. Now it's time to add the food. Oops, that was more than I wanted, so I'll put some back in the bag and it'll be ready to go. After they come out of the air fryer, then I'm gonna season them. I'll check on them in a little bit. I'm not for sure that they're gonna need to cook for 10 minutes, but we'll see. Okay, let's turn it, let's shake it and see how it's looking. Yeah, they still need to cook longer. So we'll keep that going. The soup's still simmering. And look at the soup. How delicious does this look? I'm gonna top it with a little bit of extra cheese in my bowl. And once the fries are done, it's gonna be dinner time. Let's check on those fries again. I don't want them to overcook. A few more minutes left. I want them to get a little browner. Okay, let's see. Ah, that's much better. Nice and golden. And here is dinner. There's the cheeseburger soup. I added some extra cheese on top and the fries. It's time to eat. Bon appetit. The soup did not disappoint whatsoever. It was so delicious. It was very filling because I couldn't finish all my fries. And you also saw how I poured too many in my air fryer to begin with, but I would highly recommend that you make this soup. I will drop the recipe below. Please keep in mind I did not add cream cheese to this as the recipe indicates, just because I didn't have any, but it was fantastic without the cream cheese. And another side you might want to add, if you love pickles, you could add a pickle spear or sliced pickles to this. That would be another great side to have with this, but I give this soup 2 thumbs up. So that is Simple Soup Sunday. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, you found it helpful, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.